Alright guys, one more time. I've been just having a horrible time making this video. I've had the game crash and I've had my system lock up and just having a tough time. Anyways, this is a special video. This is not a tour video. This is a guild hall, or not guild hall, a guild mechanics video. Last night someone had a little bit of confusion about guild mechanics, mainly because of things like this. Status. Status. These are not the same number, but at the same time they kind of are the same number in a way. So we're just going to be basically talking about how guilds work, if you want to form your own guild or even if you just are curious. Basically, you form a guild by getting 6 people together, including yourself, talking to a guild registrar in one of the cities, Freeport or Kinos, and that a Kinos guild can have Freeport characters in it, a Freeport guild can have Kinos characters in it. All that really does is determine where your guild halls can be. Can I have an Antonican guild hall? Can I have a Kinos guild hall? Can I have a Freeport guild hall? I don't know if a Kinos guild could have a Freeport guild or a Common Lands guild hall. I don't think so, but I've never tried it, so I'm not going to say yes or no, but probably not. And probably a Freeport guild can't have a Antonica guild hall, but maybe. But anyhow, you formed your guild. You only need 6 people to start it. I think it's 6 people and like 10 gold or 6 gold or something like that. Some tiny little number, some token number. Once you've formed your guild, the other 5 people can leave. It won't disband the guild. They can leave right then. A lot of people do that all the time. People will pay money to have people help them start a new guild, and then the people just ditch when it's over. As long as the leader stays, the guild stays. You've got your guild. What now? Well, you want to level it up, because having a level 1 guild is, well, great and all, but come on, let's get a guild hall. We gotta get up to like guild level 30 or something like that. So what you do is you start gaining status. Now once you gain status in a guild, while in a guild I should say, again, this number and this number are both not the same and the same at the same time. This number is born from this number. You join a guild, first thing, this is going to be 0. You have not contributed any experience to the guild. That's what this is. This is guild experience. This is currency. Okay? You spend this on stuff. This levels the guild up down here. So you got your little guild level. It's just like up here, you know. This blue bar fills up and the yellow one starts to fill up notch by notch. So what you do is you go out and you start gaining status. Heritage quests will give you status points. City writs will give you status points. Trade skill or adventure, doesn't matter. Killing names in dungeons, certain names are worth status points. Raid mobs are worth status points, etc., etc. Selling certain items are worth status points, like collection items can be sold. They'll give you status points, but they won't give the guild status points unless the guild is below a certain level. So check the item and it will tell you. Like some of the low ones, the tier 2 status ones will be like the guild has to be level 25 or 24 or lower. If you sold it with my guild, you would get however much status it was worth, with the guild would not get any portion of it. And that's how this number works. It's 10% of what you gain. It does not leech that 10% away from you, however. Like if I go out and I gain 1,000 status points, the guild will get 100 status points. I will still get a full 1,000 status points. It's kind of like a charity donation. You know, we will match any donation you make. Okay, well you put down $1 and they'll put down $1. Well in this case, you put down $1 and they'll put down 10 cents. That's all it is. So personal status, guild status. Currency, experience points. This number comes from this number. One of the questions someone had was, how do you get this number into this number? They thought you had to deposit it, because when you go to the door, there is an option, deposit, and this is the status, but see, you can deposit 5 platinum, gold, silver, copper, or status. This is clear. When you deposit to the guild hall, that is final. All transactions are final. Okay? You don't get them back. But anyways, when you put status into the door, you're not leveling the guild up. You are simply putting your status into escrow. Guild halls cost money to maintain. It tells you right here. In 7 days and 3 hours, we will owe 7 platinum, 46 gold, 373,750 status to be able to zone back in. You don't lose the guild hall, you lose access to the guild hall. And I mean, I can take a 6-month break and not pay that amount for the entire time. The guild hall will still be here when I get back. I'll just simply have to pay it when I get back if I want to go inside. So there you go. Here's different things you can do with the guild hall. You can publish it if you want people to come and check it out. If someone comes into someone's guild hall and they want to raid it, there's the raid option. Pack everything up, all these items and stuff, decorations. They'll put it into a packing crate that you can, whatever. Collect everything. We'll pick everything up that you can possibly carry and put it in your inventory. This will let you select from what you have. See, we got like a scarecrow, got some books. It's just basically, these are just decorations. Oops, did not mean to turn off that button. Okay, save the layout, load the layout. If you change halls, or if you want to move things around and you decide, nah, I don't like how it looks, I want to go back to the old way. Save it first. Save my beautiful layout. Look at this beautiful layout. Don't you wish your layout was as beautiful as mine? And then, oh, you know what? I shouldn't have moved that tree. So I just hit load layout, and everything goes back to the way it was. Yay! Tells you how many items you got placed. Tells you what status reduction you have and coin reduction. Guild halls don't get that, but certain housing has status costs with it, so you can put status reducers on that. And of course, there's coin reduction that you can put in your houses and whatnot. Let's see. Amenities, all the different stuff that you got, like this is the bell to transport around, Druid Ring, Wizard Spire. This one takes us to housing. This one is something that I got. This is a decoration item. Some decoration items have special effects, like her. She can transport you. If you use the magic, she'll transport you to somewhere. Or there's that little shadow void thing. This will take you to the that take us? Palace of Verzul? I think it's a Palace of Verzul. Could be wrong. Here's a mirror you get. Takes you to the Tower of Frozen Shadow. This is a carpet you get. This will take you to the Shimmering Citadel and Sinking Sands, etc., etc. There's different things you can get, like these. Whisper Column. You can buy these, and these will take you. There's another one like right here. There it is. These will take you to other zones. So you got different abilities that you can get. Housing portals and all sorts of cool stuff, cool little statues. But amenities are things like this where you have to buy them, and they also add to the maintenance of your guild hall. This is your guild hall call. Again, the druid portal, the wizard portal, the housing portal, stuff like that. Okay, let's see. To get status points, passively, you can, like I said, kill the bosses of dungeons or raid mobs. You don't have to do anything special. Just kill them like just a normal encounter. Just kill them, and as soon as you do, they're worth status. You will gain so much personal status, and automatically 10% of that will also be applied to the guild. Actively, if you want to gain status, that's when you'd have to go out and pick up quests. Heritage quests are worth status points. I think there's a guide quest that's worth a butt ton of status points, and I do mean a butt ton. I don't even know how much a butt ton is, but I'm pretty sure that it's that quest. It's worth a lot. Something like 4 million personal status. So yeah, your guild's going to get 400,000 status, and on the double status event, that would be quite substantial. But anyways, these are things you actively have to go out and do. You'd have to go pick up a trade skill writ. You'd have to go pick up an adventuring writ. You'd have to go pick up the heritage quest and do it. You have to kill creatures and loot the special status drops that they have, like scrying stones and I don't know, beryllium relics and stuff like that. You'd have to get the lore and legend parts. You'd have to go find the collectibles that you already have. All those things can be sold for status, and as I said, they require action on your part. Killing mobs technically does require action on your part, but you don't have to do anything special. It's just like if the mob attacked you and you killed it, that's it. You nothing more to do. You don't have to put anything in the door to level the guild up. It's automatic. That's all automated. Another thing they had a question about was events. Events. You can have 500 events. I have 499. This is just a log of things that have happened. If this fills up, it is not a calamity. It's not a catastrophe. All it means is that if someone else does something that gets an event, and notice there are event filters, you can tell what things are retained in the guild history. That means goes on here, and what things are broadcast to guild members. And they don't have to be the same. Like this one. This will broadcast when someone completes a guild writ, but that would just clutter the hell out of my events log, so it is not retained. So it's like I'm noting, we are acknowledging that you did it, but we're not actually carving it into stone because that's just kind of silly. Here, let me show you some events. Like, for example, behold, these are raid mobs that were killed way back when, 2005, May 15th, 2005. Windstalker Rumbler killed it. It's a raid mob killed it, so it was retained. Notice that it's locked. It will not get deleted automatically when we fill up to 500. Anything that's locked does not get automatically deleted to make room for new stuff. That's basically what the 500 out of 500 is. Out with the old, in with the new. That's what it will do. If we have 500, the number will be red. It would then get rid of this one right here. It would get rid of that one to make room for the new one, because this is the oldest one. Well, I think it is. It might not be. Sometimes the order over here gets a little wonky. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, it looks like it is all normal. Okay, good. There was a time when we had stuff like 2013 up here, and then down here we had some 2015 stuff, and it was like, what? Doesn't make any sense. But anyways, that's what the event log is. It's just a record of things that people have done in the guild. Cool. Like I said, you can have up to 500 of them. You can delete them manually if you want to make room for more, but you don't have to, because when it fills up, it will still retain things in guild history. It just deletes older stuff to make room for it. That's all. There are 8 ranks. You can change their name. I changed all my names. I am the guild leader. I got the little cool pink things, and I'm the badass. You probably didn't realize this, but pink is the color of badasses. Now you got your guild officers. They're the blue ones. Regular members are the white ones, and then you got the newer members are the green ones. It even tells you how many characters you have of that rank. Not accounts, characters. On the main page, it'll tell you when the guild was formed, where the guild hall is located, how many members, how many separate accounts, how many of them are online. It'll give you your personal information here, when you joined, what your rank is, etc. Message of the day. Message of the day is nice. Here's the recent events, and where the rally flag is. The rally flag is another guild amenity. It's basically like the world globe that you can use to teleport to various places in the world, only this one is a guild teleporter that goes to a specific place. There's an NPC. You talk to the NPC and ask for a flag. It will give you a flag. You then go to wherever you want to place it for whatever reason. Like, say you want to go to Lava Storm. You go place that flag there, and now everyone in the guild hall can use or can hail the NPC and say, teleport us to the flag, and they will be teleported to the location of the flag. Usually that's used for raids. Like, we want to raid a mob, but it's a long journey, and we don't want to wait for our stragglers to get there, so what we do is we go place a flag, announce it in the guild chat, which, by the way, is /GU. Here, let me close this page here. Watch closely. /GU. Hi. I say to the guild, hi. Okay. Not everyone has their chat window set up like mine, but yeah, this is where my groups, tells, and guild messages go. This is where general goes, because general is generally just a bunch of diarrhea of text, and about as pleasant. So yeah, that's what the guild flag does. What else can you do? You can sort your roster by who's on now. You can tell them to sort them by all members. Oops, that's recruiters. All members, or members who've been online in the last 2 weeks, people who've been offline for more than 30 days, etc., etc. I like to just have now, so I just look, see who's online. Points. Okay, real quick, like, points aren't that big of a deal, depending on how your raid handles it, or your guild handles it. Usually this is used for raiding. It's not something that you gain in game. You gain in game from things that you do. like killing mobs and whatnot, but it's awarded to you by the guild leadership. For example, people who contribute more to the guild are given more points. It's, the way that I've seen it used is you go on a guild raid and loot drops, and it's an upgrade and you want to use it. You want to bid on it, and they will assign a price to it. Okay, people who want to bid on this have to spend so many points. Oh, well, this is 2 points, so you've only got 1 point because you're a slacker and you don't help your guild very often. You have Parasite, well, you can't bid on it because you've only got 1 point. Now, if you had 3 points, you could spend 2 points on it. And yeah, that's how it works. Generally, it's something that the guild leadership gives to you, and they can take it away. So if you start being a jerk, they can start taking points away for being a dick. Or they can give you points because you're just constantly doing writs and helping the guild out and leveling them up. Okay. Once again, you got this thing here. This status number, one last time, this is what you have contributed to the guild's growth since joining. The only time this number changes is when it goes up from you doing something, or if you leave the guild. When you come back, it resets to 0. If you come back, it resets to 0. In fact, one of my characters, actually 2 of my characters, they have more status than is recorded because they left to help someone else start a guild, and they came back and their status had reset to 0. No big deal to me. Like I said, I'm the guild leader, and I already know how much I've contributed. It doesn't bother me. But some guilds, they'll watch that closely, I guess. And then we got guild recruiting. You got things like your bank log and bank settings and ranks, what the ranks can do. The thing you got to remember is things like promoting and demoting and stuff is limited by your current rank. Like a chevalier cannot promote someone up to badass. They can only promote up to their rank. They can only demote down. Alright, so a chevalier cannot demote a badass, and I don't think a chevalier can demote a chevalier either. I'm not sure, I have to look into that, but for example, like, I am the only person who can promote someone else to the rank of badass. Yes, you can have more than one leader. That can be dangerous though, because, it's a trust issue. It's a trust issue. There have been cases of people who got promoted to leader and then they immediately started kicking people out of the guild in an attempt to take it over. I witnessed this happen. Yeah, things like that can be bad. So make sure of people. Event filters. Oh, that's the other thing. If the guild leader has been offline for a long time, I think it's 6 months, the guild can petition for a change in leadership. Again, bank settings, things that they can take out, like Guild Bank 1. This is Guild Bank 1. You have 4 Guild Bank tabs. Only I can take that stuff out. That's the leader's personal guild bank in my guild. So no one else can withdraw from it. They can put stuff in it, but they can't withdraw from it. New members can't withdraw, period, because they're, again, trust issues. There have been cases of people joining a guild, cleaning out the guild bank, and immediately dropping the guild, which is a shame. Bank log will tell you who's deposited, who's withdrawn. You can also check the different tabs. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. I named the guild tabs. Recruiting, this give you guild description, short, full, looking for, classes, trade skills, that sort of thing. Minimum level, do we offer training new players, play style, descriptive tags. Currently recruiting? No. Details. And guild achievements. Alright, so guild achievements, these are basically like, or not that, like personal achievements. And we got all these personal achievements. Only it's just stuff that the guild did. Thanks, Mouse, you're always helpful. Let's take a look at them. You have 343 guild raids that you can do. My guild's done 8. And then there's 4 general events. General events are just gaining access to new guild halls. The 2 middle ones are totally cool. You just grind for those. We've got 247 out of 7,500 to get the High Keep Guild Hall Tier 2. And there's also Tier 3, which is 10,000. And stuff towards this one counts towards this one. Okay? These 2 are not cool. This is Daybreak's big middle finger to their consumers. The reason I say that is you have to buy these guild halls with real money. Okay, 350 and 400 respectively is how many dollars you have to pay. Daybreak cash. Here, I'll just show you real fast. Tried to explain this to someone, they didn't believe me, so I told them to look it up. Guild halls. High hold. I can't remember now. High hold takes 350. Well, you can't see it there, but yeah, it takes 350 and the other one was 400. 100 daybreak cash is $1. Basically, a daybreak cash is a penny. That's how you get them. You spend $1. You can go buy a daybreak cash card, I think. I know Sony used to have cash cards. I don't know if they still do after they became daybreak, but you know, you pay $15 and get 15 daybreak cash. Unless they had one of those special events on. You got a little bit more, a little bit, you know, a lot more, whatever. But anyways, $1. 5 of them is $5. 20 of them, $20. And you have to unlock them via this. 300 of these tickets, tokens, whatever you want to call them. 400 of them, 350 of them. So you're looking at a $350 real money purchase for a guild hall. And I think that is just ridiculous. The reason being, there are prestige houses that you can buy in this game. And again, they cost daybreak cash, which means they cost real money. Don't have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with that at all. Here's where the problem comes in. Those houses, they're generally decent sized houses. Replicas, though, of zones. But some of them are fairly large, and you know they're nice. Like I got the Felwith Manor, which was the raid zone inside Felwith. That's what it is. It was worth $13 to me. I had no problem paying $13 for that. I've seen them as low as I think $8. I've seen them as high as maybe $25. There is a very big gap between $25 and $350. That gap is in fact $325. That's too big of a gap. That's not reasonable. That's just plain greedy. So thanks for the finger, Daybreak. Here's mine right back at you. And it's a shame because I like this guild hall, but I don't like it $350 worth. But yeah, that's guild mechanics for you. So just a quick recap: you gain status points. 10% of your gain goes towards leveling your guild, unless of course your guild's at the max level, in which case it just goes into limbo. You don't have to do anything about it, it just happens automatically. There are things that you can do. Don't worry about events filling up. It's just, you know, there's 500 pieces of, or there are 500 lines on this piece of paper. Once all 500 of them are filled up, you're going to have to start erasing them to make room for new ones. That's all the event filter is for. So yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff. Give people points, demote them, take away their points, whatever. Give them access to the guild hall to decorate it, allow them to withdraw stuff from the bank, things like that. So hopefully that clears up the confusion. Thanks for watching. I'm the Angry Ice Cube, and I'll catch you later, guys.